Every night while you sleep, your body is either healing you or quietly letting damage build up, and most people have no idea which side they're on. High blood sugar doesn't just affect diabetics, it silently stresses your organs, thickens your blood, drains your energy, and accelerates aging. What's more alarming is that millions of people go to bed every night with elevated sugar levels, completely unaware that their body is struggling to process what they ate during the day. But here's the truth most people overlook. Your nighttime routine can either trap that sugar in your bloodstream for hours or help your body flush it out more efficiently while you sleep. There is a simple drink, made from everyday ingredients, that can support your body's natural detox process, stabilize blood sugar, and improve how you wake up feeling in the morning. Ignore this, and you may continue waking up tired, foggy, and craving more sugar, feeding a cycle that slowly harms your health. Pay attention, and you give your body a chance to reset overnight in a way that most people never experience. Think about how your day usually ends. Dinner might be late, maybe heavier than it should be, followed by some scrolling on your phone or watching something to unwind. Then you go straight to bed. What happens next is not just rest. Your body is working through everything you consumed. If your meal was high in refined carbs or sugar, your blood glucose levels remain elevated longer than they should. Instead of dropping into a steady, restorative state, your system stays active trying to process excess sugar. This can interfere with deep sleep, hormone balance, and even fat burning. There was a patient who once described waking up every morning feeling like he hadn't slept at all. He wasn't overweight, didn't consider himself unhealthy, but he had this constant fatigue and a subtle mental fog that followed him through the day. He thought it was stress. After looking closer at his habits, one thing stood out: his late-night eating and what he did afterward. He would often snack on something sweet before bed, believing it helped him relax. But in reality, it was doing the opposite. His body was spending the entire night trying to deal with sugar instead of repairing itself. When he changed just one habit, adding a simple drink before bed designed to support blood sugar balance, the difference was noticeable within days. He started waking up clearer, lighter, and more refreshed. Not because of some miracle cure, but because his body was finally able to do what it's designed to do when given the right support. So what exactly is happening here? When you consume sugar or high-carb foods, your body releases insulin to move glucose out of your bloodstream and into your cells. But at night, your metabolism naturally slows down. If there's too much sugar present, it lingers longer. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding properly. That's when problems begin to build. Now imagine giving your body something before bed that helps improve insulin sensitivity, supports digestion, and gently encourages your system to stabilize blood sugar levels. That's where the idea of this nighttime drink becomes powerful. One of the key elements often used in this type of drink is something acidic, like apple cider vinegar. It may not sound appealing at first, but its effects are well studied. It helps slow down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream and improves how your body responds to insulin. When taken before bed in the right amount, it can contribute to more stable glucose levels overnight. Then there's cinnamon, not just for flavor, but for its ability to mimic insulin and help transport sugar into your cells more effectively. It has been used for centuries, and modern research continues to support its role in blood sugar regulation. Warm water acts as the base, not just to dilute the stronger ingredients, but to make the drink soothing and easier for your body to absorb. Some variations include a pinch of turmeric or a squeeze of lemon, both known for their anti-inflammatory properties and digestive support. The real power of this drink isn't in any single ingredient, it's in how they work together. While you sleep, your body enters a state where it can either store excess sugar as fat or gradually bring levels down to a healthier range. This drink nudges your system in the right direction. But here's something most people don't realize. It's not just about flushing sugar, it's about breaking a cycle. High blood sugar at night often leads to cravings the next morning. You wake up wanting something sweet or heavy, which spikes your glucose again, and the pattern repeats. By stabilizing things overnight, you reduce those morning cravings without even trying. There's also a connection between blood sugar and sleep quality. When your glucose levels are unstable, your body may release stress hormones like cortisol to compensate. That can lead to restless sleep or waking up during the night. Supporting stable sugar levels can help you stay in deeper, more restorative sleep phases. Let's go back to that patient for a moment. After a few weeks of consistent changes, including the nighttime drink, he noticed something unexpected. He didn't just feel better in the mornings, he started making better choices during the day without forcing himself. His energy improved, his focus sharpened, and his need for sugary snacks decreased naturally. It wasn't about willpower anymore. His body was simply in a better balance. Now, it's important to be realistic. This isn't a magic solution that cancels out everything else. If your diet is consistently high in processed sugar and you're not active, no drink alone will fix that. But as part of a smarter routine, it can make a meaningful difference. Timing matters too. Drinking it about 20 to 30 minutes before bed gives your body enough time to begin processing it without interfering with your sleep, and consistency is key. One night won't change everything, but over time, your body adapts. There are also small adjustments you can make alongside this habit that amplify the effect. Eating dinner a bit earlier, reducing late-night snacking, and keeping your meals balanced with protein and fiber all support better blood sugar control. What makes this approach powerful is its simplicity. It doesn't require expensive supplements or complicated routines. Just a few ingredients, a few minutes, and a commitment to giving your body what it needs at the right time. And here's the deeper truth. Your body is constantly trying to protect you, even when your habits aren't ideal. Every system inside you is working to maintain balance. When you support those systems, even in small ways, the results can be surprising. Most people think they need drastic changes to improve their health, but often it's these small, consistent habits that create the biggest impact over time. A simple drink before bed might not seem like much, but when it helps your body regulate sugar, improve sleep, and reduce cravings, it becomes a powerful tool. The difference between waking up tired and waking up refreshed isn't always about how long you sleep. It's about what your body is doing during those hours. If it's overwhelmed, you feel it the next day. If it's supported, you notice that too. And once you start feeling that difference, it becomes easier to keep going. You're not just following advice anymore, you're experiencing the results. And that's where things begin to shift in a deeper way, because once your body experiences even a few nights of balanced blood sugar and proper rest, it starts to remember what normal is supposed to feel like. That heavy, sluggish feeling that once seemed routine begins to stand out as something unnatural. You start noticing how certain foods affect you, how late meals make you feel the next morning, and how even small choices in the evening ripple into the next day. There was another case, someone who worked long hours and relied heavily on quick meals and sugary drinks just to get through the day. Nights were the only time to unwind, which often meant eating late and going straight to bed. He didn't connect his constant fatigue, irritability, and gradual weight gain to what was happening overnight. It wasn't until he started paying attention to his evening habits that things began to change. At first, he was skeptical about something as simple as a nighttime drink. It felt too easy, almost insignificant compared to everything else he thought he needed to fix. But he decided to try it anyway, consistently, without overthinking it. Within the first week, his sleep became more stable. He wasn't waking up as often during the night. By the second week, he noticed his cravings in the morning were less intense. He didn't feel that urgent need for something sweet or heavy right after waking up. What's interesting here is not just the physical change, but the mental shift that followed. When your blood sugar is stable, your brain functions differently. Decision-making improves, impulse control gets stronger. You're less likely to reach for unhealthy options because your body isn't demanding quick energy fixes. It becomes easier to make better choices without feeling like you're constantly fighting yourself. This is something that often gets overlooked. People think willpower is the key to better health, but in many cases, it's biology. If your body is stuck in a cycle of sugar spikes and crashes, your brain is constantly signaling you to correct that imbalance, usually by craving more sugar. Break that cycle, especially overnight, and everything starts to align more naturally. Now, let's talk about what actually happens inside your body during the night when things are working properly. After your last meal, your body begins to digest and absorb nutrients. Blood sugar rises, then gradually falls as insulin does its job. Once levels stabilize, your body shifts into a repair mode. Cells regenerate, hormones balance, and fat-burning processes become more active. But if blood sugar stays elevated for too long, that transition doesn't happen smoothly. Your body stays in a kind of processing mode instead of moving into full repair. That's where problems start to build over time. Poor sleep quality, increased fat storage, and even inflammation can result from this imbalance. The drink you take before bed acts as a gentle signal. It helps your system manage the incoming sugar more efficiently, slows down glucose absorption, and supports insulin function. It's not forcing anything, it's simply guiding your body back toward a more natural rhythm. There's also an important digestive component here. Many people go to bed with their digestive system still highly active. This can interfere with sleep quality and lead to discomfort. Ingredients like warm water, a bit of acidity, and certain spices can help calm digestion, making it easier for your body to transition into rest mode. Over time, these small nightly adjustments begin to compound. Better sleep leads to better hormone regulation. Hormones like insulin, cortisol, and even hunger-related hormones like ghrelin and leptin start to stabilize. When those are in balance, weight management becomes easier, energy levels improve, and mood becomes more consistent. Another subtle but powerful effect is how this habit influences your evening routine as a whole. When you know you're going to take this drink before bed, you naturally become more mindful of what you eat beforehand. You're less likely to overload on sugar or eat excessively late because it no longer feels aligned with the routine you're building. It's not about restriction, it's about awareness. And awareness is often the first step toward lasting change. There's also something to be said about the ritual itself. Taking a few minutes at the end of your day to prepare and drink something intentionally signals your brain that it's time to wind down. In a world where most people go straight from stimulation to sleep, this small pause can make a difference. It creates a boundary between the busyness of the day and the rest your body needs. Now, not everyone will experience the exact same results at the same pace. Some people may notice changes within a few days, while others might take a couple of weeks. That depends on factors like diet, activity level, and overall metabolic health. But the underlying principle remains the same. Support your body consistently, and it responds. There are also ways to adjust the drink to suit your preferences while keeping its benefits intact. Some people prefer adding a small amount of honey for taste, though it should be minimal to avoid adding unnecessary sugar. Others might include ginger for additional digestive support. The key is to keep it simple and effective. One thing to be mindful of is portion and concentration. More is not always better. Using too much of certain ingredients, especially acidic ones, can cause discomfort. The goal is balance, not intensity. And then there's consistency, which cannot be overstated. It's easy to try something for a couple of nights and expect dramatic results. But your body operates on patterns. The more consistent the input, the more predictable and beneficial the output becomes. As days turn into weeks, you may start to notice other unexpected changes. Your skin might look clearer as blood sugar stability reduces inflammation. Your energy throughout the day may become more even, without those sharp crashes in the afternoon. Even your mood can become more stable, as your brain no longer deals with constant fluctuations in glucose levels. All of this from something that takes just a few minutes each night. But perhaps the most powerful part is the sense of control it gives you. Instead of feeling like your health is something complicated or out of reach, you realize that small, intentional actions can have a real impact. You're no longer just reacting to how you feel, you're actively shaping it. And that changes the way you approach everything else. Because once you see results from one simple habit, it becomes easier to believe that other positive changes are possible too. Maybe you start adjusting your meals during the day. Maybe you become more active. Not out of pressure, but because it feels like a natural extension of what you've already started. That's how real transformation happens. Not through extreme measures or sudden overhauls, but through consistent, manageable habits that build on each other. And it all circles back to that moment before bed, when most people are either helping their body recover or unknowingly making things harder for it. That choice, repeated night after night, quietly shapes your health in ways that aren't always immediately visible, but are deeply impactful over time. The body keeps score, not just of what you do during the day, but of how you end it. So, as the night approaches again, the question becomes simple. Are you going to let your body struggle through another cycle, or finally support it in doing what it was designed to do? Because the truth is, your body never stopped trying to protect you, it just responds to the signals you give it. This small habit, this simple drink, is more than just a routine. It's a message to your body that it's time to restore, rebalance, and reset. Night after night, those signals build, quietly improving how you feel, how you think, and how you move through your day. You won't notice everything at once, but you will notice enough to keep going. A clearer mind in the morning, steadier energy, fewer cravings, deeper sleep. These are not random improvements. They are the result of giving your body the support it needs at the right time. And once you experience that shift, you begin to understand something powerful. Real health isn't complicated, it's consistent.